welcome to today's stream here in Automation. Yes, that's right, we're in one of the lands down under today for a lovely little multi-class race here with GT4 and LMP3 cars. Here we're just seeing Rybread in the one of the LMP3 cars, just clattering over the curb to start his first time lap. We have a 10-minute qualifying session and then a 30-minute race. I am your commentator today, That Nath Dude, and alongside me is Chris.
Hello.
So, Chris, we've got a lot of drivers who, well, we now know all of them here today. One of them is, let's see if I can get good luck and get to them quick. Here we go, is Nisty. Nisty, if you guys were here yesterday, was really good in the F4 race at Heart Lake. Now, Chris, you were doing some later streams as well, so I don't know if Misty joined those or not. But yeah, how well was Nisty yesterday?
Nisty was doing quite well because this is their first races here at BeamGP. I'm kinda glad to see them do this well. And now we see them in the Scintilla GT4. We haven't set the time yet, so hopefully they'll be able to compete. We do have some more known names like Batsa and Sias also racing, so I don't know how well they're gonna do here.
It is one of the longer laps around here, of course, here being the Automation test track, brought from the game of Automation to the game of BeamNG, with a lovely collaboration where you can export your own cars, and that is one of the series that you can join in as well, as we are watching C's make the end of his lap, one of the platinum rated drivers that we have. If you would like to join in the fun, make your own cars, race them, and join the racing ladder, then feel free. Just head over to discord.beamgp.com, where you can, well, join the Discord. If you want to watch the races that we've done before, head over to our YouTube channel. If you want to look at all of the things that we offer, all the things that we've done in the past, and the driver ratings, beamgp.com is the website for you to check out. This is the first race session of the day. We've got a few afterwards, but as I say, this one in front of us is going to be 30 minutes of, well, at least entertaining cars. Certainly with a rookie on the track, it's going to be pretty interesting to watch them grow and get their footing with stuff. Only watching C's, as you've seen, platinum rated, not a rookie at all. He's driving one of the easier cars to drive, the ETKK GT4. And let's have a look at, this is Rybread. Rybread is in the LMP3. LMP3 cars naturally are faster than not LMP3 cars. Anything below them, so GT3, which we don't have here today, and GT4 cars, they are all slower than this now wrecked LMP3 car, which is currently not going to be going too fast. Hopefully Rybread can get a time on the board. And well, who's this? Who is in the pits? It looks like Maverick. Yeah, Maverick, just stationary in the pit lane. Maybe they're trying to do a last to first challenge. Bazza also in the pit lane. Looks to be a little bit of damage on the front right. Could just be a weird angle. Back to Nisdi, seems to be the only person doing a lap, coming to around the final corner for their first time lap, and they go straight into the pits. Let me just have a quick look. Is there a notification that I've missed? We're watching C's now. Just drive the very pink, obviously Kawaii livery ETK. One of the more popular drivers here in the roster today is C's. very chatty if you get to chat with him in VC, which is one of the many things you can do in the Discord. This is a fun race while we wait for the ongoing BeamGP issue to get resolved, which means that if you would like to come and do this at any point in the future, just, as we say, join the Discord and, well,
It's like a
sign up
red
in the
flag?
future. Yes, a red flag has been flown. Obviously, there's a massive timing issue with all the drivers going to the pit, and, well, he's getting a bit more practice in. He joined right before the stream started. There was no practice for him or Bazza in these cars, probably why they're driving the ETKs, to be honest. We'll currently be looking at Rydebread, who is first in the LMP3 class, but not overall. The timing system starts alphabetically and then fills up as the timers roll in. It'll be interesting to see if we skip qualifying or if we get a restart of qualifying. It was maybe 10 minutes. They could run a short 1 lap qualifying where you get 1 attempt to set a flying lap. What do you think is going to happen, Chris?
I think they might have gotten rid of like to let other people race, because we did see some new people join. So that would be nice to see more entries. But I don't know about the practice. That might be a bit questionable.
I thought in qualifying you could join a car, spawn a car.
You cannot.
No?
Sadly. Oh.
Usually we've done it before where if you join late, you have a 1.5 to 2 minute gap between qualifying and the race to spawn your car in. But well, it'll be interesting to see what race control does. No word from them just yet as I get a quick thing to look at. Alright. Well, we might have to throw to an ad break. I will keep you guys in the loop, but currently, let's just make some quick talk around here. For the longest time in automation, we had only one test track. And that test track was this one, aptly named Automation Test Track. Just over a few miles in length. Let's have a quick look at how long it is. Just under 4 kilometers, 3 miles in length. Located in New Zealand. It is a very technical track with a little bit of elevation climb, and it is quite fun if you get it hooked up. There's certainly a few corners that are very fun to take well, on the edge of grip. Certainly that really long left-hander in the middle of that long straight is very sketchy if you do it flat out. Some cars you can't even take it flat out, but very rewarding if you do get it just perfect, and if you don't, there's a few corners where it certainly will let you know that you did it wrong.
Right, I do believe they're trying to fix some timing issues, so anytime now we will see the race or quali restart.
We are going back to a practice session. We might see it go back to quali, but we might have to do a very quick little ad break as we
On
wait.
the bright side, sorry.
No.
On the bright side, that may allow new people to join, and that could make the race more interesting. And yeah, we do see other people join in the GT4. Bowie Knife 99.
Just watching the drivers go back out for a bit more
orange.
practice while we get the timing issues sorted. That's a lot of smoke to be coming out the back of a lot of exhaust fumes to be coming out of the ETK. Ooh, just cutting up Maverick as well. Not exactly the cleanest driving from one of our more senior drivers, or contacts as well.
Oh,
What is he doing? Obviously a little bit rusty because you don't want your race cars to be rusty, and you don't want your skills to be rusty either. We see the lag from spawning in a new car. Let's just get this car fixed, and away we go. Here we see Bazza. Ooh, what is going on in that car? Oh, jumping all over the place. Just watching Nisty now, getting a final little bit more practice. Of course, Nisty, what was it, P2 yesterday out in Heart Lake for their very first BeamGP race, and which is really good going.
Also, worth mentioning, Maverick is one of the better oval drivers, so it is interesting to see him in a prototype here automation test track. That will be interesting to see how it's going to play out. Hopefully it'll do good. You see more entries, and the grid seems to be dominated by GT4. Not that many LMP3s. The only ones so far are, well, Maverick in the FCM and Rybread in the Shadow.
It'll be interesting to see which team comes out on top in the LMP3 game. A lot of drivers opting for the GT4. Obviously, slightly, well, a lot slower, slightly easier to handle. The LMP3 is more oversteering. The GT cars very understeery in nature. You can tune them out slightly, but it still doesn't really fix the issues all the time. Certainly through this corner here, you can just see how long it goes on for, and that LMP3 car is actually quite quick as we see green flags flying. Oh, obviously someone's had a little moment through here. Rybread, oh no, he's had a spin. How's the timing systems having a little bit of an issue. Yeah, we'll head to a quick ad break and we'll be back after this. All right, welcome back everyone to the race here in Automation. We've got the Automation test track located in New Zealand. The 5 kilometer long track, well, the 3 mile long track is where we are seeing today's action, but the action hasn't started yet. We had most of a qualifying session, which was unfortunately red flagged due to a little issue with the timing system, and well, we still have yet to get that sorted. No word from race control yet on a provisional restart time as we see C's re-entering the pits for probably some fresh tires and some more fuel. We've got a few more drivers hopping in then. We've got Schul here in a Bastion, GC4 Bastion with the Bastion House livery. He is currently not with a time, no one with a time on the board yet due to the timing issue or just very nearly clattering the barrier. So many drivers have done that over the years where you just take it a bit too hot, lock up the rears, and it just sends you either straight on into the grass or spinning right into the barrier. I am your commentator again, still called That Nath Dude, and alongside me still is Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
So we've had a lengthy delay here, still no words on if we're going to get going again. Race has been delayed until 6 PM. Let me just sort out a couple of things. Oh. So I think the race is just a little bit away then. We have the following events coming up later in the afternoon then. We see automation happening in just a few moments. Should be in a few minutes. Hasn't quite refreshed. We'll just give it a quick refresh, see if that fixes. No, it hasn't. The automation is meant to be at the top of the hour. That's going to be in 35 minutes. We've got the Firekeepers 100 in 1 hour, 1 hour after that. And hopefully we can get some things cooking our way. Let's bring that back up. Actually, I didn't make my way through. As I say, Automation Grand Prix rescheduled for 30 minutes from now. Then it's the Firekeepers 100 at Michigan. After that, the GT4 race in Road America. And then next week, we've got the GTJS series at Palmadera. So some lovely races for you to get excited for. For now though, we will go to a quick little break and we will see you, well, we'll see you at 6.
Around 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, we're back here with qualifying. There's 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. We're still yet to see the drivers set their lap times. We see here Maverick in the pink LMP3. This is one of the newly added LMP3s. You might have seen our post here on the BeamGP channel. It is one of the more friendlier LMP3s. The current lineup for the LMP3s are actually the Shadow and the FCM. And hopefully you'll also see the Tonori LMP3 pretty soon, as we see Maverick trying to overtake here on the outside on Batsa, but he fails to. But looks like he just pulls through there with a nice clean overtake. As he's about to set a quality lap time. We did have some issues earlier with the timing system. Hopefully they won't persist here. And we did have to delay the race just a bit, but this did allow more drivers to join. So this will be quite interesting to see how it's going to play out and what strategies we're going to see, because this is an endurance race of 30 minutes, multi-class, GT4 and LMP3, as I mentioned. So it will be, as I said again, very interesting, and I'm personally quite excited. I hope you guys are also excited to see this race go on. As we're nearing 6 minutes left in qualies, Bowie sets a lap time of 1:49 in LMP3. The other LMP3 drivers are yet to set their laps. Hopefully they'll also be able to set some good times. Maverick here in the chicane. Nisty, one of our rookie drivers, has been able to set a good lap, and Soy right behind them by almost 5 seconds there. This is one of Nisty's first races here at BeamGP. You might have seen them yesterday in the Formula race, where they got a P2. As Maverick is about to set a new lap. And now we see Soy here in his ETK, one of the more slow cars. We see Maverick being able to set a lap time of 1:42, so he is putting Bowie knife 6 seconds behind, and Rybrid is also able to set a lap, and he is 1 second behind Maverick, so I think they might do a back and forth here. Bots are also able to set a lap time 2 seconds behind Nisty, and Soy, as I said, 5 seconds.
Just watching
Now,
Nisty then as they start to enter the final sector of the lap. Just going through one of the corners with all the corners have interesting names here, but this one is a very unique name, as we have a yellow flag out in front. We'll ride on board and see what that's all for. Oh, it's Bowie knife. He's at a moment. Oh my goodness. Close save there from Nisty, but that is certainly not going to do their lap any good. Let's have a look at Bazza as he goes through the slingshot. So we had a little prelude to this qualifying session last hour. So how do you think the drivers are going to get on with it then, Chris?
well, I do believe the other newly added LMP3 is a bit easier to handle. So I think Maverick and Rybrid will go at it. Rybrid in the Shadow LMP3. So it's going to be interesting. The Shadow LMP3 is more trusted by the drivers. And obviously the other LMP3 is newly added. And we see Rybrid spinning into the wall there. Some damage. He's going to pull into the pits to... Or no, he's about to set his new lap time. But he's obviously not going to be able to improve. I think he's going to tow now. Bit of a hazard there to see like that. We see the GT4 driver in the Bastion also setting a new lap. They are quite lacking in pace there. I don't know whether to blame the car or to blame the driver. hopefully they'll have better pace during the race. We see Bowie Knife here in the new LMP3.
Yep, that is the new
They are-
one. You can tell
There
by
are
the
7
strakes
seconds.
on the front.
Right, Bowie is quite lacking in pace in the LMP3 class, being the last there. And Batsa is able to improve on his time above Nisty. They're both neck and neck with each other there. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play out during the race. Keep in mind, this is 30 minutes and there is so a lot can still change during those 30 minutes. It'll be very interesting to see the driver strategies and how it's going to play out. But back over to you, Nat. What do you think about how is this race going to play in your?
There's 7 drivers. 4 of them are in GT4s, and GT4s do tend to be a bit like for like in the make class, so it could be a pretty close battle for the LMP4s. We're seeing the LMP3s are a bit more spaced out time-wise. Certainly with the slipstream that Bazza is going to get, he could be on the back of Nisty, who, as we said earlier in the stream for take 1, is actually really good in BeamNG. He's doing really well. This is their second day doing BeamGP races, and currently they are looking to be one of the greats, and I expect once we get ranked races back on that they're going to get platinum in no time at all. But as for this race, I think it's going to be Nizzy for the class win, and then I think Bazza is going to get P2, and I think at the back they will sort each other out. LMP3s I can't really call. They look a bit too spread out for me.
I do think Stas might not take a second take on the race. We did see him earlier, but looks like he's going to be handling race control now. It is very sad to see the ETK driver not race, but what can you do? Not a whole lot.
6 seconds behind the LMP, the GT4 leader, and now they decide to go out once we get the checkered flag. Here's Nizzy, the GT4 leader, as we see Maverick on pole, just crossing the line. All the drivers will now finish their laps, and Nizzy is at the start of theirs. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Nizzy's just absolutely ruined that lap. Let's have a look at Bazza then, who's just going through. That looks like the slingshot to me. No, that's a bit too long for the slingshot. I think it's it was the corner after the slingshot. So okay, that's why I thought it was around there. Into the chicane we go then. A very tight left-hander. We've seen a lot of pile-ups there over the years. And in race 1, I think there was season 1, there was a red flag flown because there was just such a massive pile-up with everyone driving into each other and flipping, even escaping. We've had people escape in Formula cars out of the track bounds before. It's the name of the game. Keeping your car in the white lines and on the ground at all times. But here we see Bazza then crossing the line to not improve and stay P2. Still a pretty good qualifying from him then. Didn't have much practice for this race, but well, that is your grid. Chris, would you like to read it out?
Yeah, so in P1 in the LMP3 class we have Maverick. In P2 we have Rybrid, and in P3 we have Bowie Knife. Now for the GT4 class we have Nisty leading, Batsa in second, Soy in third, and Shoko in 4. Shoko is in the Bastion. You see them there, right behind Rybrid in the Shadow LMP3.
We see the drivers then just starting their formation up. We've got half of the lap to complete before we cross the line and get the 30 minutes of racing underway. Drivers being told to slow down and to line up on which side of the track. We will start the race side by side, double file, as we like to call it. And we see the yellow flags flying the GT class still not lined up in double form. That's where we expect all the chaos to be in this race. Don't discount the front. We saw a very close gap between P1 and P2, Rybred and Maverick. The gap only about a second. Oh, a little bit of desync with 8v8 as we get underway here for the race start. We go green, and this could be quite interesting to see Rybred on the outside of Maverick, making it work, and we've already got a VSC due to that action just before the start-finish straight. What were you going to say, Chris?
I think your music might still be on. Maybe check that.
It's what's happened to the drivers? Oh no, Nisty's been sent back to the pits because of that, and so has the Bazza and Bowie knife. Don't really know what's happened to Bazza there. Maybe he also got caught up. Oh, we see Rybred just colliding into the outer wall. We've also got a little bit of timing screen joys, but currently yellow flags, virtual full safety car now, and that is going to be a little bit of the action paused for now. Paused, not disappeared. Lap 1 of the race, and we're already
getting a lot of chaos.
Exactly.
Now, hopefully they will be able to sort out the timings, because they do seem to be broken still. You see Rybred going in the sand there. And now Maverick and Rybred very close to each other. Sass following right behind them. Staying out of trouble, you see Soy right behind, and Soy almost making contact there with Sass. Narrowly avoiding Maverick. I think might have contact with the wall there. I didn't quite see that well. It's getting hectic here under the safety car.
That is certainly one way to describe it. We're watching on board with C's. Oh, sideways with Maverick under safety car. Not exactly something you want to keep seeing all the time. The safety car is lasting quite a long time. Is something wrong with race control? Do you have any word from them?
Well, to be fair, both of the race control, Sass and Butts are racing.
Hey, they're not the only ones who do race control, you do know that.
I am aware of that, but as of active race control, I can only see them, so hopefully they'll be able to fix that soon enough.
Looks like C's changed his livery. It was pink with white lines, and now it's chrome with pink lines. Of course, the lines on that car being Hiroshi Raceway.
I do think it was quite nice. He's slowing down quite a bit there. Soy right behind them. Oddly enough.
Got Bowie Knife catching up. They are allowed to overtake under safety car to get back to their class, I believe. I could be completely wrong with that. We'll have a look. It looks like he's slowing down, so I don't think he is overtaking, which is good. But there's two people missing in this line. I wonder what's happened to Bazza and to Nisty. It would be a shame for both drivers not to be able to finish the race after, well, neither of them started the race. Still under virtual safety car.
Sorry?
But
I believe Nisty is just catching up in his Scintilla. slowly catching up. But they're quite far from the rest of the grid. But hopefully this safety car and rather chaotic start won't be too much of a setback for the rookie driver.
Hopefully. Oh my goodness, what's happened in front? We've got Shuko just having a moment at the chicane, going straight on. I think involved in that was the LMP3 car as well. He seemed to be quite out of line, but yeah, certainly not what you want for the Bastion driver out back. Where's Baza with massive understeer through that corner? We see the gap to the pack in front. Here is Shuko. Just behind, he's got some damage on his front end. I wonder if he'll have to join the pit and have a fix of that. Green. Let's ride on board with Bowie Knife as he just pushes someone off, goes sideways as we go green. He spins it out of turn 2, gets overtaken by someone. Let's have a look at the front. Maverick with Rybread just making their way around turn 3. Just now into the little switchback before we go through the banking corner. You can see Rybread just on the top there taking the higher line as we ride on board all the way down this straight. Back to the TV cams, we can see the slipstream working massively for Maverick as he catches up to Rybread in front. Oh, let's have a look at this onboard as we go around the outside. As I say, that corner very tricky to take. You've got to really trust your car to go flat out there. Rybread down the inside into the next corner. Maverick trying to do the odd switcheroo, not quite working, but with a better exit, he's going to not put alongside, getting the slipstream around the outside of the chicane. He's going to try for a better line. As we pop onto the top camera, we see Rybread still out in front with the better car positioning and just even pulling a slight little gap out there. A lot of smoke coming from that car. He goes wide, he misses the apex as we enter once more the final sector of the lap. Just looking at these drivers, it looks like Rybread's having a whole lot of issues as his car seems to be missing every corner. On board into turn 1, Rybread with a little bit of oversteer, it looks like, as we enter turn 1, out of turn 3 now. This is where the slipstream turns to dirt. Yeah, back to slipstream, and we're going to get the massive gain all the way into turn 4. The massive speed difference. Oh, Maverick had to completely pull it off. Back out of turn 4 then, onto the next banking. You can see Rybread really liking the high line through there as we now get to the long back straight. This is really where you want the slipstream to come in handy. This is the battle for the lead between Maverick and Rybread. We've got 22 minutes left on the clock. Maverick around the outside, contacted Rybread as we make our way into turn 7. Maverick out of the wall, just missing it. Rybread now goes off track. Also just misses that.
Rybread.
Why don't you commentate then?
Excuse me. Now we see Maverick going into the chicane there. Still keeping the lead there on Rybread. Rybread just slowly losing it more and more. Looks like he might have some issues with his car. He is missing every corner, as you did say earlier in that. Even now taking the outside line there. Maverick keeping his line straight and keeping the lead here in the LMP3 class as we're climbing up the hill. And it looks like Maverick will take it away from Rybread. And he is also able to set a new fastest lap in the LMP3 class too, at a 140, almost 143. Do see some front damage there on Rybread. Looks like they might have had some chaos, a bit of carnage. I do think Nisty is able to keep up just fine, but due to the timing screen not working properly, I cannot really tell what position they're in. But I'm hoping the rookie driver does well. Rybread, with the gap between him and Maverick just growing more and more. Maverick is just pulling away in his LMP3, the pink and black livery.
Red cutting the chicane, going wide as we now see Shukul being lapped. 20 minutes left in the race. That's not a good sign for Shukul in the Bastion.
Try to overtake there, and I think, yes, they are successful to do so. And I think Sas is about to also get... Sorry. I'm just narrating what's happening. Right. Sas pulling into the pits now. And Maverick is able to improve and set a new fastest lap. Rabbit still on his tail, and we also see Shoka there in the back. Rabbit still not pitting, even though he does seem to have some front damage, and that will be slowing him down. Could also be desync. Sass still in the pits. And we see Batsa and Nisty getting close, Batsa being in the lead. As you see here, Rybread taking the curve into the straight. You see Shoko and Tab over here to Maverick, the leader. And here we see Nisty and Batsa getting closer to each other. The drivers who did battle out in quali will hopefully also battle out now on the track with almost 19 minutes left of the race. And it looks like we are getting our timing table back. Thankfully, so it does look like Soy is actually leading this race here. We're going to see Nisty getting closer to Batsa. Only just edging closer and closer to him. The rookie driver might try to attack here on Batsa on the next few corners. We do have the hairpin coming right up here. Looks like they're not able to, but maybe for the next right-hander they might be able to attack Batsa. Getting closer still, almost going into the wall, having some serious understeer there. But Batsa is still able to keep his lead on Nisty. Nisty with fastest lap and some purple sectors, as you can see on the timing screen. As we head into a braking zone, looks like Nisty is not able to have a proper line, but Batsa might just give the position as he is pulling a bit closer to the outside. Nisty still in the back. He might have some issue with the curve. We did see it smoking quite a lot. Has to go here into the chicane. Batsa still keeping the lead there, but Soy is actually the leader of the GT4 class. He is just pulling away now. And we see Nisty trying to overtake, but they almost going to the wall there, but they keep it together. As they go side by side, Batsa will take it away from Nisty, not giving them the chance to overtake. We see a bit of contact there between Nisty and Batsa. As Nisty will have the inside line and will try to overtake. A bit of contact made there. But Nisty is unable. He's not allowed to overtake. They are denied that opportunity. See Batsa going a bit over the curves into the grass. Nisty having a bit of oversteer. We've also seen the LMP3 class. We see Rabbit now 9 seconds behind Maverick, so the gap is ever growing between the two. Oh!
Bazza with the inside line, Nizdi taking the same line, getting the slipstream through Cuckle's corner as we make our way onto the back straight now. Nizdi with the slipstream and with a healthy dose of Bazza's exhaust all the way down into the long left-hander here.
Now, Batsa might have some front damage as he did see and Nisty is going to overtake Batsa, but Nisty is going into the wall! Losing the rear wing there. This might be a race finisher for Nisty unless they're able to recover. They tow back to the pits. Really unlucky there for Nisty as they were finally able to overtake. But that was a very short-lived overtake from Nisty. Very unfortunate. Batsa will take it away and now try to overtake Soy. Now we see Rybread in his LMP3, 9.5 seconds behind Maverick, who is still on the lead lap, still leading Rybread in his FCM LMP3. Really unlucky there from Nisty. Now Rybread is getting closer to Maverick. So Maverick might have some issues, or maybe she just wants to get in a fight with him. Can't really answer, or maybe he had a spin. Again didn't quite see that well, but we see Rybread getting closer. Rybread getting closer to Maverick. As he goes into the first corners, Rybread will be a bit set back by the sausage curbs there, and he's taking the outside line, and the gap between the drivers is now growing as it was moments ago. Rebel almost spinning there, but keeping it together. And we do see Sass in the back there. 2 laps down, sadly. Batsa might have some front damage and might have lost his front aero. We do see Nisty still in the pits. I think soon enough they might be able to recover. Batsa taking the hairpin cleanly as he's about to head into the straight section. Rybread is getting closer to Maverick, so we might see more of a fight as there's 13 minutes left of this endurance race here at Automation Test Track. We see Soy getting lapped by both LMP3 drivers, giving them the way very cleanly. Soy seems to have some... It does seem that Rybread and Soy will both have a penalty, maybe for going off the track. We do see Maverick, he's just able to pull away from Rybread, so it does seem that Maverick made the better car choice by picking the newer LMP3 and not the Shadow that Rybread went for. I have checked him, but he doesn't have some front damage. Hopefully he'll be able to get that sorted very soon. Now we do see, Rybread almost binning it there in the airplane, but he's able to keep it together. But this will give Maverick the way, and Rybread will fall more behind. And that penalty could just mess him up further. Maverick will pull away on the straight here from Rybread. I do see some serious front damage, but it looks like Maverick is giving the way to Rybread for some reason. Oddly enough. So I'm guessing other drivers maybe agreed to have a fight or something, or maybe Rai is going to pit this lap and they do want to keep it closer. I'm not certain as to what is going on between the two drivers. So Rybread will take the lead of the LMP3 class with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in the race. Maverick have a bit of understeer, but seems to keep it just fine there. As they're going up the hill into the final corner, I think we might see Rybread pit here. no, it doesn't seem like he's speeding, so it looks like the drivers might just want to battle it out for the remaining 11 minutes. Very odd choice, if I must say. But at least we're getting some awesome racing action. See Maverick getting closer to Rybread. This will decide who is the LMP3 leader. Maverick having a bit of oversteer, keeping it together. I don't know if you guys noticed that. As they're about to go into the hairpin, Maverick will take the inside line, but will not be able to overtake Rybread. As they're about to go into the straight section, Nisty is also able to set a new fastest sector, so hopefully they are able to improve. They are currently lapped. And I think Maverick might have more top speed. Rybread trying to do some defensive moves, but he fails. And looks like Maverick is able to overtake and take the lead over in the LMP3 class. But it looks like Maverick will break a bit early and give Rybread the position back. It seems so. As we head into another straight section, hopefully there's not going to be any contact between the drivers. They are getting quite close to each other. As we're about to go into the chicane, we see Nisty, the lap driver, and there's some contact between Maverick and Rybread. Maverick going into the back of Rybread, and Rybread might have some instability now. He might need to pit. We haven't really seen any of the LMP3 drivers pit yet, so nearing the end of the race, we might see some pits for fuel, maybe for some tires, because I can tell you these tires are not that happy. Rybread is able to take the lead over again, as I said. None of the LMP drivers decide to go pit for some reason. Rybread will be able to keep the lead there on Maverick. You see Shoko, the lap GT4 driver, is now going. Oh, it's in contact with Rybread. And the GT4 driver of Shoko, the Bastion driver, some contact we see there. So definitely Rybread will have to pit now. I don't know how he's going to be able to keep this together. He has rear damage and front damage now. So Maverick could take it away from Rybread, as Maverick was able to keep it away from any contact other than that contact he did have with Rybread earlier. It does seem like Maverick has the higher top speed. As they're about to go into the other straight, on this left-hander, Maverick will try to overtake on Rybread as they're about to head into the chicane. Hopefully we won't see any contact. They seem to be taken quite cleanly. I don't notice any understeer from any of the LMP3 drivers, so actually good to see there. Shoko in the pits now. From the damage we probably got with Rybread touching the wall a bit there. Now Maverick and Rybread will go up into the hill. Maverick might be able to take the position from Rybread. Looks like Rybread still doesn't go for the pit. So looks like he is able to drive with the current damage that he has to his car and his tires. As I do tap over to him, he does seem to be running out of fuel, but I think it's just enough to make it to the end of the race, luckily. And Maverick is able. Maverick will be able to overtake as to go into the hairpin. Rybread now behind Maverick, the current leader of the LMP3 class. Has to go into the straights. Rybread will definitely get some slips from there from Maverick and is going to try to overtake again. Very close to each other. Contact! As Maverick is getting pushed off the track, Rybread will be able to overtake. I don't think that has to be investigated. It does seem that Rybread just came out of nowhere and just pushed Maverick. And Rybread is now going a bit off, touching the grass there. Able to keep it together. Maverick is now right behind Rybread. They will try to overtake, but Rybread is defending. As we head into the hairpins, Rybread will cut the chicane and give the position back to Maverick. Looks like he didn't have enough time to break there. Very frustrated. And now we see a switch. Now Maverick is the leader once again. This is quite interesting to see the LMP3s just swapping positions over and over. Batsa in the pits now. As Maverick goes up the hill into the last corner, there's around 6 minutes left in the race. MC Rabbit pull into the pits to fix his damage finally. So this will just give the advantage to Maverick, unless he's going to slow down. As we saw earlier, we see a bit of debris on the track there. Not sure who that is from. Over here, we see Sass in his chrome and pink ETK. This might have some front damage as he was about to head into the chicane. And come back with the last few corners. Now, I wonder if you could get the camera on Maverick and see how he's doing. Oh. And he says this him to set the fastest lap in GT4 and take it from Nisty. Soy, although, is still able to keep the lead. And Batsa is 45 seconds behind Soy. On my end, it does seem that Soy has some serious damage. Sass is still lapped. Hopefully he will be unable, but the gap is quite significant, so I doubt that, but at least Sass can bring home a fastest lap, and I'm sure he will be happy with that. He will still end on P4, as Shoko is 2 laps behind, and Bowie Knife does seem to be disqualified for queuing event. See Maverick, the leader of the LMP3, Rybrid will be 35 seconds behind. Now with 4 minutes left of the race, I don't think Rybrid will catch up to Maverick. We do see Maverick pulling into the pits for some odd reason. So it looks like his tires might have ran out, or maybe he really wants to have that fight with Rybrid as we talk about it. Now we see Soy, the leader of the GT4 class. 13 laps. Batsa is about to lap Batsa here. So this is quite a performance here from Soy. And he's not able yet to make that overtake on Batsa. But it does seem that Batsa wants to also stay on the lead lap. Blue flag shining on the track. As we're about to head into the chicane. Batsa has some serious damage there. And now Maverick has been able to pull out of the pits. Still on the lead, and now Rabbit will be 14 seconds behind them. We have 3 minutes left, so don't go anywhere. 3 minutes left of this 30-minute endurance race here at the Automation Test Track. Now Soy won't be able to lap Batsa just yet. They seem to be falling quite a lot back. And I'm not sure if it's damage on my end or whether he's just trying slower now, maybe trying to play cautious. Oddly enough, Nisty, the rookie driver, has been able to improve quite a lot. They will take a podium home. So for a rookie, this is not bad, having a P2 in the Formula, which you can see over here on channel as Red will now overtake to lap them. But that's it, yeah, you can see all the replay of the races on our channel, Beam Grand Prix. And if you do also want to join in on the action, discord.beamgp.com is for you. 2 minutes left in the race. Looks like Maverick will take it home in the LMP3 class. Shoko might have had a bit of contact with all there. They do seem to be off. They're able to recover. Looks like as they came off the hairpin. Maverick right behind. Going sideways, but he's able to keep it together. As Maverick will go into the straights now. I wonder if we could get a camera for Maverick. As there's 1 minute left and he... They seem to be the leader. Now we see Bata and Soy. Bata and Soy. So driving much slower now. Bata still behind Soy. 40 seconds left in the race. So it's like Soy won't give the right of way to Bata at any point, even though Bata is already one lap down from Soy. And after this, we're gonna have another lap. Soy driving really slowly and cautiously, so doesn't he wants to pit for damage, and he's just gonna tug it out for the rest of the race. Team Maverick with 9 seconds left. And it seems like we're about to get yet another lap from Maverick. But it does seem to actually be a finish from Maverick, and he's going to take it home in the LMP3 class. As Rabbit follows right behind him, we also see Shoko and Nisty there in the back. We see Rybred in his shadow LMP3 taking P2 in the LMP3 class, speeding right through. And so now we'll have just a bit until he can claim that win in the GT4 class. Quite a performance there from Soy, as he was able to lap all of the other GT4 drivers, and he was able to stay out of most incidents, unlike the other GT4 drivers. You see Soy pulling into the other straight. He does have a penalty, but I still think he's gonna keep the lead, as Balza does seem to be lapped into the chicane, taking very slow, and just into spin and have some contact with Batsa. Oh, the ETK drivers. Hopefully Batsa will be able to pull through, but he does seem to be stopped for now. And he's going to try and take it. And we are getting offered an interview from Rybred. But Soy will now try to finish this race with damage. Just a few corners left for Soy. He is understeering quite a lot. Didn't go into the wall there, but was getting close to. As Soy will bring him home in the GT4 class and take this victory here at the Automation Test Track. After 30 long minutes, Soy is the winner. And Batsa will also take P2 if he's able to finish, but he's quite behind there. Into last corner, and he will be able to take that P2 finish. So, and hello there, Rybred.
Hello.
P2.
Yes.
MP3.
So, you know, it during qualifying and practice we had timing issues, but I forgot to set my brake power lower. And so basically I kept locking up every single corner. I'm sure you guys saw it on the stream. I just could not get it together when locking up. And so, but you know, Maverick, he kindly slowed down, and we had some fun battles. I'm sure you
Yeah,
saw.
we did see that.
Oh yeah, we almost killed each other sometimes. It was quite fun. I had
that incident with the GT4 of Shoko, the Bastion.
Oh yes, dude, that was a mass murder attempt. I was like, oh my goodness, he squeezed me off. Now I'm not sure if I should have overtaken on the outside, but I think that was the right call. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Now, Robert, I do have one question for you. What do you think is the more dominant LMP3, as we did see a new addition to the LMP3 class here at BeamGP?
Oh, definitely the not the Shadow. Definitely not the Shadow. Shadow.
FCM.
Yes, FCM. The FCM is way faster in a straight line. Like you probably saw on the streams. He just was a bullet down the straight line. Now Shadow is definitely better in the corners, and if you get the braking power adjusted right, Shadow is also better at braking. But the FCM is just really fast in the straight. And so, congrats to Maverick for doing well and picking that car. And it's definitely the better choice for this track. But I feel like if I had my brake power a little bit better, I could have I could have performed a lot better, and we could have more fights. And he didn't have to slow down and all that stuff.
It was quite nice to see you two fight it out, and also slowing down. That was, I think, quite a wholesome moment, to say the least.
Yes.
I do hope you enjoy your race here at the Submission Test Track, and I hope you're happy with your P2 finish.
I am. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you for joining us here in the commentary booth, and we'll see you later. Nath, any thoughts on the race we just had here?
No.
Alright. Well, first I did in this race was quite a lot of fun. We did see some first lap chaos, but I don't like how the drivers were able to persevere through all of it. I'm quite surprised to see Soy being able to take the win in the GT4 class. And hopefully LMP3 class will also get a bit more attention. I think it is a bit underrated racing-wise. I think most of us can agree. Now, keep in mind, if you guys also want to take part of this action, join us over at discord.beamgp.com. We do have one more special. We have a few special events for you coming up next. In 25 minutes, we have the Firekeepers 100 at the Michigan International Speedway. That is a NASCAR race, and also later we have the GT4 America at Road America. And in a week from now, we will also have the GT Junior Series at Palmadera, so make sure to tune in for that. I thank you all for showing up here. I hope you enjoyed the stream.